everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, I've been interviewing my family, and I'm on the second set of my children. Now, we're trying to do this with our phone, so we're doing the best that we can. Please bear with us. But we really want to inform you about our transition. Today, I have with you my oldest son, which is Prosper, Success, and Kyoto. And I'm going to talk to my children, and I want them to be themselves, to be free. I'm going to ask them a couple of questions because this set of children were born in America. And then they made the transition with me and their father to Nigeria. So I just want to hear from them, the ups and the downs, what they felt when we made this move. So we're all going to talk like a family, but I am going to start with my oldest son, Prosper, and I'm going to ask him a question. And I want you guys to just be free, just jump in and just talk, and don't be so robotish, okay? So Prosper, for you, when we made this move and the decision to pack up and come to Nigeria, how did you feel about the move?
I'm going to be honest, I felt scared. I felt like I wasn't going to adapt well.
You know something, Prosper? I never knew that. I never knew that. And so some stuff I'm hearing today for the first time. And Kyoto and y'all, I want you all to jump in. We're going to try to keep it short, but we're going to try to keep it very detailed. I didn't know that my son said he was afraid because they actually schooled in the USA. So now we're here. Now, this is my oldest boy here. So the same question.
I felt the same way.
You feel the same way?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I felt the same way.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to talk louder because the phone is over there and we're sitting back here so they can see all of us. And I want to make sure that they can hear us talk. So all of you felt afraid.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but did you want to make the move?
Yeah, I was ready for change.
Yes.
Okay, so out of all the years that we've been here, trying to get adjusted and adapted, because I went through my own personal experiences. To be honest, it was nights that I cried because we had let everything in the United States go. We let our house go, our jobs go, we let everything go. So it was nothing to go back to. So once we got here, I was excited for a little while. I felt the freedom, because there is a freedom when you get here. You just feel free. I love the weather. I love all the people on the street. I love the way that they accepted us and the way they treated us. So at first it was okay, but then after a while I was like, okay, ain't no Walmart here. I want something from McDonald's. I want to go to Outback. Those things won't here. And I know those might be minor things, but there were some things I was missing, and I wanted to go back. I wanted to go shopping, thrift storing, get my nails done, hair done. And even though they had shops and salons here, and they were saying they were professionals, in my country, they weren't professionals. The nails wasn't done right, and everything, I began to critique it. So I went through some minor things, and then we ran into financial difficulties, and so it was really nobody or no job I can go and say, let me go back to the nursing field, and then we'll pick up. Everything here you had to do yourself. You had to come up with your own business, your own everything. So it was really scratching me. So I went through my own thing, but yet I never really asked my children, what did they go through? And so my son said he went through some issues, and I'm going to let him talk about what he went through.
Well, when I made the move here, I was feeling scared and afraid I wasn't going to adapt well. But now that I'm here, it's some things, like you said, I do miss the food, the culture, the everything, walking around, meeting your friends. But here, the people here they're peaceful, but not more socialized. They won't, like some people here won't socialize. It depends the type of person you meet, but most of the half of people here is not very social. You have to go out and meet your friends by yourself. Like for the first time, actually meeting my first actual friend. time, but now that we moved here, I think I'm feeling okay. I'm doing well.
Okay, so like he said, you know, some things like pizzas and food and friends, and that's one thing I did recognize here about for them. They were used to having their friends in the United States, but here everybody wasn't so social. They were pretty much different. Distance, social distancing was already in effect here before we got here. And I believe it was the upbringing, the culture of how Nigerians raise their children. And so for my children, when they came here, we just lived behind a wall because everybody had these walls built around their house. And so we was behind the wall. Children didn't come and knock on our door. Can your kids come out? Can they ride their bikes? Can they play the game? We're going out shopping. Can they hang with us? That wasn't here. And so I never really took into account psychologically what they were going through when we made this transition. And now it's been years because, now Prosper is 15, and so his voice has changed. When we came here, he was shorter than me. Now he's taller than me. We were wearing the same size shoe. Now his shoes is this big. And so I never took into account how he felt. And then when he said the food, I had to teach myself. I'm an American soul cook, but I had to teach myself how to make homemade biscuits, tortillas, pizza dough, how to make everything that they wanted to eat. I had to teach myself. And then I found the ingredients wasn't the same as it was in our country. I had to learn how to make self-rising flour and all those things. So I'm going to turn to my other children, and I want you guys to jump in. Be yourself. I don't want to do all of the talking because you are my guests, and I want them to jump in. So I guess my daughter Kyoto and my son Success would jump in.
Okay, when I first moved here, I was very scared, and the hard thing for me to get used to was the food. It wasn't all good and everything.
So the food. So now one thing I will say, for me, it was trouble with the food. The food to me, to be honest, it smelled, and oh my God, hot. It would be fire because everything that they would cook, it was just pepper, pepper, pepper. Pepper was like how we use salt. They would use pepper.
Pepper was a style.
Pepper was a style. And so getting used to the food. So, I'm quite sure my husband went through too because I complained. I just couldn't find anything I wanted to just eat. And so the food for me was one of the biggest adjustments too. Kyoto?
The biggest thing for me was the food too.
Okay, and what else? What about school?
When I first came here, it was the biggest thing was the food because I'm really used to the American food, and when I came here, I had to adapt to their food.
Okay, but what about school? School, when you started going to school, how was that transition?
When I first started getting to school, a lot of people told me that they will beat you in school, but I didn't believe it. So when I went to school, a lot of stuff happened.
Like what? Tell me.
It was a lot of people there you can make friends with, but the teachers was
the schools here that the main thing when you look at a school is the etiquette, and the etiquette isn't like American school. They teach you simple stuff like mathematics and English, and the mathematics and English really isn't deep like it's supposed to for you to know your level. So the best thing for me to do is go home and just homeschool yourself, go online and take schools about how the American schools was, because the schools here really isn't the heights that it needs to be.
So it wasn't the same standard as a USA school.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying. How you doing, sir? Excuse us 1 second. Kill, tell your father that the electrician's here. Okay, so the schools here was another issue because the standard wasn't on the same level as an advanced country.
Yeah.
It wasn't a high standard. Okay, so what about your your teachers at school, your friends at school?
The friends at school, like,
The
friends aren't like they're just like not like American children. They just like some children are good children, but some children just want to be your friend because of your tongue or where you came from. Or some like there are bad friends and there are good friends, and most of the friends are good friends. But the bad friends are the kind of friends you want to stay away from. But they're the kind of friends that want to fight you, want to just be your friend because of your tongue or where you came from. And the teachers. Some teachers are good, they want to help you and things like that, but some teachers are just, where you came from, they want to discipline you that's not the same place as here. So they'll put their hands on you so you'll get to learn the way of their culture.
So do you believe that in somewhat going to school here that you was discriminated against because of your tongue?
Somehow, yes.
You know, because even some places that we have shopped at, as long as we've been here, and even though my husband and their father is Nigerian, there were times I have gone to the store and something might cost 100 naira. And I can see the same person, I can see a person in line ahead of me buying, for instance, a drink. And they would say 100 naira. But when my turn would come, they would say 150, you know, or they would say 300. So not everybody, but we did go through that issue here. And then what hurt me is that we all are, you know, African. We all are, you know, black. And so this is the way that they would treat us here. You know, so I would have to go home and get my husband and bring my husband back.
And it's not that we can't buy it or afford it, it's because what they're doing is just ain't right.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Success.
Yeah, like sometimes like you getting a ride to go to different places, they'll charge you extra for you to go like you wouldn't know but you would know.
Okay, Kelvin?
Like even sometimes when you go somewhere, we just have to keep quiet because you know they're like charging us extra.
What they're saying, like the transportation, the best thing to do is just get a family transportation, like someone that carries you every day, the same person. Don't try to switch up too much because the more you switch up, the different types of people you end up meeting. Some people will try to cheat you for your money. Take you here to the street will be 50 there, but another person will take you here to the street 150 or 3,000.
I mean, well, that's everywhere. Even in the United States, people are always trying to get over on you. And it's the same thing here. People are always trying to get over. So you find that everywhere, you know, people trying to get over. One thing for me that I did like here is that it was a step back. You know, no washing machines, no air conditioners. You would move into a house, you would have to buy a kitchen sink. They would just give you the house, but it wouldn't have no sink.
It just have walls.
It just have the walls. That was it.
You have to do everything by yourself.
And so, even in this house, we just moved here. So if I wanted to knock this wall out, I could. The owner wouldn't say nothing as long as I put it back when I leave. And so, like right now, we just moved here on the military base. We live in a 3-bedroom flat. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. And then we have a guest house. The guest house has an additional 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And I'm going to take time to show you our house. Now, in Nigeria, you pay rent by the year. Now, our rent averages out to about $1,800 a year. And you have to pay it for the 4 year. So that's about, I want to say about $150, somewhere around $150 per month is what we pay for 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Now, I'm going to take you a tour and show you this house here. That'll be next week. That'll be another show. And then the house we lived at before this one. And now, we have land, and land is not that expensive. So since I've been here, we got into real estate. So now we're just now coming up into this real estate thing to start buying properties and start trying to do something different that we can help people begin to become homeowners here. So that's what we're working on here. So I don't want to go into that because that's another show.
And I could say the rent here is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
It's reasonable.
It's not bad.
Because the rent you pay here for a year, that's what you pay there for a month.
And you are exactly right. My son said what you pay here a year is what we pay a month in the United States. And he is exactly right.
It's reasonable.
It's really reasonable. I don't know. For me now, I think that I'm finally coming into a peaceful state about living here. Because a couple of years ago, I had to go home to take care of some business. And when I got there for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those holidays, you know, after the food was gone and everybody went to their own house, I was crying to come back. But I was crying to go. Now I was crying to come back. And, you know, sometimes I think living over here teaches you how to really bond with your family and build family relationships. Yes, I have met some friends, but not like the friends I've had in the United States. Here is teaching us how to come closer as a family, cooking together, do things together. My sons know how to do things here that probably my other son in the United States don't know how to do. I mean, my sons have learned some stuff since they have been here. And for me, I think it is a place of peace, a place of tranquility.
Very, very peaceful.
And safety.
You think it's safe here?
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah, it's like sort of safe.
So when you say sort of safe, what do you mean by sort of
Makes you
safe?
feel secure.
Like sometimes you will encounter unsafety, like by walking on the road or something.
Okay. So what do y'all like doing here?
For me, the best thing, and also is a challenge, but what I love doing is trying to socialize. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, so you at the socialized stage. So in the community where you live at, what do you do?
What I do is mainly just try to go out, meet new friends, and have fun.
Okay, and what about you?
I just go to the park and just play like with other people and friends.
And you?
The same thing.
She don't go out as much as they can because we live in a community that it has pools, tennis courts, and has all those things versus where we lived at before. When we lived at before, it was just us, our neighbors, but this is an open community, which I really like, and it gives them the opportunity, and we can see our neighbors' houses, they can wave at us. You know, it's 1,000 houses out here, and it's more like a United States-based community. Swimming pools and tennis courts, volleyball, park, shops, you know, so versus that, I pretty much like this community better.
You got a better chance to meet people.
Yes. And so,
You get a better chance to do things.
and to do things here.
And it's very peaceful.
Okay, so I'm going to give each one of you guys a turn to speak to the camera and the people that may have children, that may be considering. What would you say to them? I'm going to start with you, Prosper.
Okay, what would I say if they were to move here?
If they are considering, what would you say to a teenager whose parents might be Nigerian and American like us, and their family is thinking about coming to Nigeria, and the children is going through their own personal inside problems about making this move? What would you say to that teenager?
This is what I would say. I would say if your parents are considering making the move, just take a deep breath and think about what you're getting here before there. You'll get safety here. You won't get the same food as you get there, but you'll get safety. There's a possibility you'll meet nicer friends than what you're trying to get there, because the friends there will kind of drive you into trouble or something like that. So you're getting safety, possibility of better friends. You get in a house that your parents can probably keep the rent paid more better, and you getting love. You getting loved by your family. You getting more connected by your family.
Okay, so more of a family bond.
Yeah, family
now my boys are back to back, actually in age. They are the same age right now, but one is going to leave the other one soon. So, what would you say, success, to somebody?
What I would say is that coming here would not be bad. It's very safe. It's peaceful. It's not bad. It's like a lot of the rent here is cheap. It's like you paid a year, not a month. Sometimes they might say a month, but the houses you see is great, and like friends are here, great communities are around and everything.
Okay, all right.
Well, and you also like, when I first came here, I didn't want to make a change for real. Like, the best thing you can do is just try to make a change. Give Nigeria or wherever you're going to, just give it a chance. Then possibility after a month or two, they'll like you.
So you're saying basically give your parents a chance and trust your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whatever you want to be, you can be it here.
Now, I'm going to come back to that because that's really good. I do believe that there are a lot of opportunities, and that's basically what Key was saying, that whatever you can be here. And I agree that whatever vision that you have, I believe that by this being further developing country, that there are great opportunities to become that here. I do believe that. And so we have been able to flourish here. We've been able to start restaurants here. We've been able to open up a school here, a real estate company that we're trying to build up. We've been able to get some things going versus there, it was more of a struggle there. So I do believe that.
Because starting anything here is very easy. It's not hard.
Okay.
If you want to be a singer, a dancer, you just do it here.
Maybe. He said it's not hard. You know, we are his parents, so he don't know the difficulties in the background that we have gone through. But I like the positive vibe that he's saying it's not hard. So y'all say you see potential here.
Yeah, but I will say one thing. If you were to start something new that was there and you bring it here, just get you, that one will move sort of slow in the beginning. Give it a month or two, and then you'll start, because the people here have never seen something that is from there and you bring it here. So you have to give it a chance, or give the people a chance to get to know it.
Okay, now let me say this. So some things that we have, they might not be used to, or they've never seen.
Yeah.
Now I will say this. Now my son cooks, if you're from our country, he cooks tortillas or flatbread. He makes them himself, and they have them here because the Lebanese people make them here, but we make them a little bit different. So sometimes in our restaurant, we have had to give a lot of samples out of Italian ice, chicken salad, flatbread, that the people can taste it, cheesesteaks, because they don't know what it is. Nigerians, a lot of them want to go to our country, but they don't enjoy our food. So we had to do a lot of sampling in our restaurants here, so that they can come to taste some of our culture and appreciate the food from our country here. So yes, I can agree. Okay, anything else?
No.
I think we covered it all.
Okay, all right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little segment with me interviewing my children. You're going to see them again. They're going to be doing some clips on their own, and we're really trying to get into this vlogging because we want you to take a look into our lives in Nigeria. We're not in Ghana. We're on the other side of the border in the capital of Nigeria, which is Abuja. If you're thinking about coming this way, hey, look in the description box. We have some information how you can contact us by Zoom. We do Zoom sessions where we'll talk with you one-on-one. We'll also find out some information if it's within our city. We'll take pictures, we'll do videos, we'll get back with you if you need someone to do some footwork. Also, you can call us or contact us on WhatsApp. And not just WhatsApp, we're also on Telegram. And if you have any questions that my husband and I can help you with. Now, today is not over because I am going to be interviewing my husband. And I'm going to bring him in here in just a minute, and I'm going to start all back over, and I'm going to talk with him about his American family. And our family is solid diverse because I have children that's American and I have babies that's Nigerian. And so he's going to talk to you about the whole everything. The father of the house and dealing with all these different kind of babies and languages. And he's going to give you his input. So I hope that you enjoyed our video. Keep us in your prayers that we learn how to vlog a little bit better. And with that being said, we all going to say what? Peace.
Peace.
And we're out of here. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.